So if you guys watched my last video, you know I ended it saying that we were going to talk about forms. Well, I don't want to get ahead of myself. Um, the next three videos are going to be a series. I have a three-step series that I want to go over. In the first video, which is what we'll be going over today, we'll be covering a business plan. The next video is going to cover the market. And the last one will be the forms. They all go with each other, and without each other, you're not gonna. I wouldn't say you're gonna fail, but without each other, with all of those three, you're gonna have a strong business start out. So, without further ado, let's go over a business plan. If you guys see me looking over, it's because I got notes right here. First thing is if you guys need to, grab a notebook. I have one. You can buy them for $1 at Walmart, $1 at Dollar Tree. Jot down notes. It helps. I have notes jotted down in like 4 or 5 different notebooks. I have one in my car. I have one here. I have one at work. I got them everywhere. I use them all the time. But your business plan. So I suggest coming up with a 3 to 5 year business plan. This is going to be goals necessarily for you to look forward to and work towards when it comes to your business. I wrote a 3-year business plan. I typed it up, Google Documents. I did my first year goals, second year goals, third year goals, and then turned it into an actual paragraph for each year and made that my business plan. Your business plan could be whatever you want it to be. Where do you want to be at the end of your first year? Where you want to be at the start of your first year, at the start of your second year, into your second year, and so on and so forth. This could be anywhere from equipment to how many sales you have or how many properties you have. Like I'm doing lawn care and landscaping, I'm going to specifically be looking at how many properties I want by the end of the first year, the equipment I want to have at the beginning of my first year. On top of your business plan, you're going to want to start deciding on a business name. All of my documents have my business logo on there. Technical Lawn Cuts right there in the corner of all of my documents that I make for my business. Whether it's a scratch up document or anything, I always add that document because then I know, hey, that's for my business that I'm starting. So I'm just going to go over a couple things in my first year. I'm not going to go over all 3 years because I don't want you guys to make your first year, second year, and third year the same as mine because I'm in a different area than probably most other people. And mine are going to be different than your guys's. A couple of mine are, I would like to have 100 full service properties, whether it's weekly or bi-weekly, by the end of my first year. That's a big number. Most people don't have 100 by the end of the first year. And do I think I'm going to make 100? We'll see. Who knows? Equipment. I want to have equipment by the beginning of my first year. I want to be able to have a trailer, a truck, mowers, trimmers. Now, when I say I want those things, I'm not saying brand new things. Yeah, I would love to go out and buy a $10,000 Spartan mower. That'd be amazing. I don't have that kind of money, nor will I have that kind of money starting out just for a single mower. However, you can go to Lowe's and Home Depot. I priced out a entire trailer kit with a mower, weed eater, blowers, you name it, for under $5,000. I'll be going over a video with that here in the next couple of videos. But that's if you have start out money where you have, let's say, $10,000 to start out. Those were good start kits. I went and looked at weed eaters, mowers, trailers, just starting equipment. If you can't afford $5,000, go to a pawn shop. You can get mowers, weed eaters, and blowers at a pawn shop. Quick and easy. If you go to a pawn shop, just make sure when you get it that you change the oils, and if it needs just check it because it is used, so you have to take care of a used equipment. So the person prior may have not taken care of that, so you want to make sure that you're servicing that before you use it. I also set a goal that I want to make $100,000 of company revenue by the end of my first year. Will that happen? We'll see. Who knows? I have no idea. But that's my business plan for that's part of my business plan for the first year. In my second and third year, just takes everything from the first year and makes it more elaborate, right? So going from your first year to your second year, upgrading equipment, getting new equipment when you can afford it, new truck, new trailers, if you need it. Don't get it just because you want it and want to spend the money and have the money, but you also want to grow as a business. You don't want to keep using that old broke down equipment that could be unreliable and it could hurt you later on, right? But after you've come up with a business plan, you have got to start looking into things you need to have a business in your state, right? So in the state of Ohio, you have to have a business license or a permit, right? Depending on what you're doing. In lawn care and landscaping, there are areas where you have to have permits, and there are areas you don't have to have permits, right? Where I'm looking at a sole proprietorship in the state of Ohio. I believe that's about $100 cost to file through the Secretary of State, but you should almost immediately before you start your business, you need to go get a business license that allows you to work and make money by yourself or your own business in the state of Ohio or in your state if your state requires it, correct? Right? So on top of a business license, business insurance. Now, a lot of people don't start their business right out of the bat with business insurance. However, myself, I'm starting out with business insurance. I want to protect myself. I'm a new business owner. People make mistakes. I don't want to have to make a big mistake and then not have something to fall back on if something bad was to happen, right? Especially when you're using used equipment, right? So I'm starting my business with business insurance. I'll be getting all of this within the next couple months between now and the beginning of next year. Also, taxes. Everyone hates taxes. I hate taxes. No one likes to pay them, but you have to, right? You have got to file for an EIN number through the IRS, and you have to file to pay taxes, right? And you also have to file. Most companies you have to file for sales tax, right? Sales tax is a separate tax that is charged on top of what you charge, right? So let's say, I forget what Ohio's is. I can't think of it right off the top of my head right now. But let's say it's 5.0, right? So percent. So you take $100 and you have to add 5% onto that, 5.0%, right? So you have got you have to do that because they're going to come after you if you don't, and they're going to charge you out the rear end if you don't do that. You need to go file with the IRS. You need to go file for sales tax. It's stuff you have to do, unfortunately, especially in the state of Ohio. Each state has got different regulations and different laws and different forms that you have to file for. Check with your state. If you have to, call people. Google it. Google is my best friend. There's a lot of things I learned on Google. There's a lot of things I learned on YouTube. I'm just pushing this information onto you because it's something you need to know. It's stuff you need to look in, especially when you're starting a business. You want to do it legally, not illegally, right? Business plan. 5 years. Yeah. So that's just the start of starting your business, right? That's not even including if you have employees, if you're going to have employees, right? Myself, I don't want employees my first year, probably not my second or third year. I want to be a solo worker. If I need employees, then I'll go that route. But I want to be solo for a while. I'm not saying I'm not a team player, but I love working. I take pride in everything I do. And I'm going to take pride in my business, in the way my properties look. And if it's not my way, it's the highway. Because I am very, very picky. Especially when it comes to edging and trimming. I am picky on how it's supposed to look. When you trim, you don't just you do your quick trim right. You do your trim. You trim it, make it look nice, especially that first go around when you're at a property for the first time. When you're mowing, make those lines straight. If you have to go over it twice, go over it twice. If you lose money on it, well, you know, you lose money on it. But at least when you're done, that customer looks at that yard and they're like, I want that company to come back because they took the extra time and the extra initiative to make my property look amazing. If you guys have any questions, please comment below. Hit that like and subscribe button. I'll have some more videos coming out. This is, like I said, this is the first video of 3. Thank you guys. Again, you guys can message me. I will link my Instagram below. Feel free to message me on there or email me. I'll put my email in there as well. Thank you guys. Have a good evening.